Alright guys, welcome to the next YouTube video here. So in this video we're going to be revealing some of our numbers, going to address a few things that you're going to see on this dashboard that you definitely want to be aware of, and then we're soon going to be revealing the brand. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because we're going to reveal the product, the brand, the winning ad, everything in time come. So let's dive right in. Today we did $9,700 Canadian. Yes, you do see that we've got 2,285 unfulfilled orders. That's normal, guys. We're hooked up with a 3PL. We had some products stuck in customs, but it's been released, which is great news. So these will all get fulfilled by Friday, and then we're good to go. We did do an email blast. All of our customers are fully aware. So communication is key. And that's the biggest thing. So now, looking at these numbers here, now that we've addressed this, because I know that's what everybody's going to comment about, we're just going to look at a few numbers. First of all, started this brand in January. So we've done $315,000 beautiful dollars from January. And yeah, we did test a few different markets. You see we dabbled a little bit with the US down here. Didn't have much success. CPMs, everything was too high. So until we hone in on getting a proper market, getting feeding our ad account some good data, that's when we want to crack the US again. So we really focused on high conversion rate, being profitable, so on and so forth. So we're running a 3.9% conversion rate. Our AOV, I believe, is sitting around, I'm going to say, probably around $54 at this point, $55. We did do two price increases since, and yeah, so we started off, obviously, when I say we started this brand in January, realistically, we started the brand on like December 19th, so this will give you some good context. You can see we did $292, then we did $5,000 on December 20th. That was a big day. We surf scaled. Then we started, ripping up some great days here, 14K days, so on and so forth. Then we scaled down because we wanted to go 3PL, place some orders, get some product. We didn't want to do the drop shipping, so we tried to scale down without losing momentum as much as we can. At this point, we ran into product quality issues, which is a big thing, guys. When you're building your e-commerce brand, you want to make sure that the product that you're shipping out is good quality. So you'll see here we shut down everything, figured out our quality, got our samples, did the whole kit, and then you'll see that sales started to ramp right back up. We also lost our ad account somewhere in here. We lost our ad account, had to reset everything. I mean, you run into the same issues that you run into all the time. And then you can see we slowly and gradually are starting to rescale. So you can look at January to January 31st, and then if you want to look at February all the way to today, you'll see that we slowly started scaling. And then you run into, like, do you want to run a low margin and acquire customers and work on LTV? These are all things that run through your mind when you're at this scale, and you're like wondering, how fast are you launching ads? How fast are ads dying? Things of that nature, right? So you just want to continue to keep momentum and get stock. We had a nice batch of stock come in, which is when we were able to ramp up and scale. And then now we've ran out of stock, but that's okay. We're at a point now where we're ordering 10,000 units a week. And yeah, and then we haven't introduced a second SKU yet. It's been pretty steady Eddie. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys, this is the main way on where we're at with the brand. Next, I'm going to dive into how did we get there and what is the ad strategy that we did to get there. All right, now that we're in the ad account, this is the phenomenal part of this entire equation. We've done everything with one campaign. You don't need to get fancy. You don't need to get it. It's honestly, this is a tribute to Nick Terrio. We've been taking his course, so I'm going to give credit where credit is due. So check out his YouTube channel because it's very insightful on Facebook ads. So you can see we've spent $100,000 in Facebook ads in the last, we're going to call it what, 50 days? Let's call it 50, 60 days. It is what it is, right? So we're going to break down this campaign, and then we're going to get into the ad sets, and we're going to be able to see as to how well this is. So this is 5,500 purchases. This is 110% accurate because we're using WeTracked, and if you're not using WeTracked, make sure you check out the link below. Yes, it is a referral link, but it does help me, and it gives you a little bit of a discount, okay? So no harm, no foul. So we're running a $26 CPM here, okay? This is in Canada only, 3.3% click-through rate for frequency, okay? So this is a bit high. This is an indication that I need to get to getting more creators. But this is on an overall campaign basis, okay? So now if you look at our ad sets, okay, we're gonna go through these. Okay, look how many ad sets we've tested, guys. This is why it's important that you constantly test. We're gonna sort by spend. And you're gonna see here that our main CBO, so the structure is really simple. You do one CBO, you have your main ad set in it, and in your main ad set, you're gonna have your 10 ad creatives. Ideally, each creative is targeting a different angle, different message, and you're trying to see what works. Once we figured out what worked, then we started taking that and turning into batches. You're iterating into different batches, and you're constantly iterating, okay? At first, we didn't run flex ads, and then we ended up running flex ads. So you'll see that some of these will say flex ads and whatnot. The other thing you want to keep in mind is you do want to name your ad sets properly and have a date. So that was a mistake I did, and then I started adding dates to the ads. This is raw, real, full 100%. You'll understand that, you're running some of you might look at me and go, well, look, this is a 2.52 ROAS, yes, on a 45-day, right? So right now we're going to look at our last 7 days. So let's move over to February. We're going to go from February 10th until February 17th. So let's take a look at those days, okay? You're going to see here that we spent $18,000. No, we spent $28,000. You won't be able to see it because it's hidden under the screen here. We spent $28,000 in the last 7 days on a 2.21 ROAS, okay? A little weak as to where I want to be. I'm trying to aim to be around the 2.5, so that's why we're launching creatives, constantly trying to come up with new angles. Okay, so this is where we're at. You'll see here, like, this campaign has been shut off, 0.91, 0.197, 0.87, 0.99. This was kind of like the one that started catching some kind of traction. Our hook rate is really low, so I am going to revisit these, and then our average play time is 4 seconds. So these are low metrics, but it sounds like the message is where it needs to be. See how we can tell a story from these ads. So we're not going to necessarily stop this batch. We're just going to try to beat it. Batch 19 has been holding up. It's at 2.72, playing a really good role in retargeting. Okay, so 1.68, 1.66. Our frequency is pretty high. And then this one was running a top of funnel, 2.33. If you look at the last 3 days on this one, you'll see that it started to really tank, which is why we decided to shut it down. So you can see here, it ran a 1.64 and counting. So it's really started eating up some of the spend and eating up some of the margins, which is why I decided to shut it down. We might turn it back on later, but for now, that's where we're at. So right now we're sitting at batch 100. This is what we've launched. You can see it says preparing. And then so in here, what you want to do is you want to look at what is your cost per acquisition, right? So what is your NCPA, new customer cost per acquisition? Right now, we're going to jump over to Triple Whale, and I'll show you guys what the margins and the profits look like, okay? All right, so here's our Triple Whale. We're going to move me up here. Here's our Triple Whale, okay? And this is for today. So you can see we did $9,800 in sales, spent $4,687 in ads, and then we're at $1,300 profit, which is not the greatest margins. And the reason why you're seeing margins like this, guys, is because we've actually plugged in all of our actual costs, from transaction fees to conversion rates to subscriptions. Everything is in here. So we want to know what our true margins are. But you'll notice that our NCPA is running at $30. So like I said, we did do 2 price increases. Okay, so right now our AOV is running at $54. So our cost of goods is $20, and then we ran a $4 profit per unit after everything's said and done. Not the greatest, okay, not the greatest. But the one thing that you'll notice is we're just trying to buy customers right now. Our product is an evergreen product. People come back. We're going to work on 90-day LTV. That's kind of where we're going. So realistically, as long as I'm above a 2 ROAS, I'm not freaking out. Okay, I'm not freaking out. Now, one thing I do want to point out is yesterday we did have a problem with our cost. So we did not lose $4,400. I'm going to show you guys a neat thing with Triple Whale. You can come in here, click on your expenses. You'll see it says cost. It charged us shipping $1,600, and then somehow there was a handling fee of $2,000. So yesterday was actually a great day. You take this $11,000, you take out this $2,000 handling fee that does not exist, and then and you'll end up with a $1,600. But you'll see our NCPA was $26. We ended up scaling by 20%. The day before, I believe it was doing the same thing. It took me a minute to catch it. Breakdown, expenses, cost. Yeah, you can see shipping, handling fee, $2,400. That's all BS. Okay, so nonetheless, we've been running at a profit, and obviously this is just me being raw and real, showing you that we do make mistakes. You know, it is normal. We were trying to figure out our cost, our conversion rate, our transaction fees, because we're not using Shopify payments. So you know, all of these things we had to figure out. But what I want to break down is here. Let's go from the 1st until the 17th. I want to show you guys our real profits. So we did not lose $15,000. Cost, handling fee shows $44,000. So you could take the 145. So really, our cost was $115,000. I was gonna say that. So $115,000 was our cost, and then this is including every single thing. So if you really figure out the math here, it's 145, 182 minus 115. We've profited $30,000. This is true profit. Our employee costs are in here, customer service costs are in here, all subscription costs are in here. So when you look at that, we're running a $22 NCPA with a $20 cost overall, including customs shipping from China, bringing it into the 3PL, paying the 3PL the whole kit, with an AOV of $46. You can see we've picked up most of our profits, guys. Most of our profits have been picked up after we've done the price increase. So we did not scale. This is an overall picture, but we did not scale to the scale we're at right now with a $49 AOV, and I don't know if this accounts the shipping charges, because this is what we were charging our customers. This does not include the shipping charges, because if I look in here, in the total sales it'll show it, but not in the AOV. So this is something very important. We charge $8.95 shipping. So if you're not doing that, you're really missing out. And this is our cost of goods, handling fees. See, this number's got to go. Doesn't exist. Nonetheless, this goes to show you guys that literally in 60 days you can get all of this done. Now, what's next for us in our brand? We're going to be doing a brand reveal probably at the end of the month. And then we're also running a boot camp to teach you how to do this. So it's a 2-day boot camp, 8 hours with me. I will be live. We'll be opening up a store. We'll be searching for products, building the store, creating the product, creating the ads, launching the ads. Next day, we'll be reviewing your metrics, and then we'll be able to see how you're going to scale from there, and then you graduate. Okay, so go ahead and check out our Discord. We're going to try and set up this boot camp where it's going to run every Friday, and then Saturday afternoon we check in and see how the ads did. Okay, we'll be able to communicate through chat and all that stuff. So it's going to be super fun. Nonetheless, I hope this video was insightful for you guys to see what goes on behind the scenes of the brand and the different challenges that you go through. Thanks for checking us out, and make sure you subscribe.